Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel Tuesday Nights Live. My name is Jay, and I'm the car hauling dispatcher. And I welcome you into the live chat. Hey, welcome, Acme. What's going on? Welcome back to the show. So, I'm excited about tonight's show. It's about load boards. Now, load boards don't always make me excited because they're frustrating sometimes. In fact, too often. In fact, when you start to look at what's behind the software and what's happening, it gets really frustrating. After a while, being a dispatcher, sitting at the desk, logging in, and going through it's not that there's different load boards that I got to go through. That's not the frustrating part. The frustrating part, you know what? I'm going to go with the number one load board, right? We're going to be talking about the number one load board a lot tonight. And I don't know, am I supposed to refer to it by its proper name? I mean, I'm going to be looking at it, but I want to try not to just talk about it every 5 seconds and say the name of the number one load board. Hey, what's up, Clarksville Truckin' Dave? And Days of Bliss, man, awesome. Yeah, right on, man. Go load up, have a good load. I hope everything goes well. I hope it's profitable. In fact, in June we're gonna start looking at more trucking numbers, not just the app, of course, but trucking numbers in general. What makes your truck profitable? Do you know your line item expenses? It's a big topic, and you know we've been talking about trailers and insurance. Of course, I've been talking about load boards. A while back, I talked about ELD. I got my ELD skull over here. And tonight we're going to do load boards. We're also going to do some Hotshot 101. We're going to talk to Paul, and we're going to talk to James. James has a trailer situation, and we're going to see if we can get some advice with Paul on the line. That'll be cool. And I got my shirt and my hat. I did, yeah. Oh, and look at that. New Age Trucker, he's going live too, something like that. But you know, so if you get bored here, you can go over to New Age Trucker over there. No, don't do that. Come on, man. Stick around. But yeah, this is my new shirt. I got my new Auto Transport Intel shirt. I got my hat. It says dispatcher on it. So it's pretty cool. So tonight is my first night wearing my gear. Actually, I just got it today. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Prices will have to go up because diesel fuel is higher. Yeah. And wouldn't it be nice if you could have an expense calculator that adjusted as your own prices adjust? And in fact, you know, I'm tired of saying, wouldn't it be cool if? You know, there are, I looked up, I Googled it, and we're going to take a look at that today. How many apps are there? How many web applications and software programs are being made all the time now that help different areas of the world? And what about auto transport, man? You mean there's no automatic programming calculator that transporters can use? You mean the load boards? And that's what this show is all about. Let's pull up the graphic if we can find it. Load board rehab. Okay. Load board. Okay, I can go here. Okay, here we go. No, it's not there either. Where is my graphic at? No, it's not there either. No, it's not there. So I got a little, and you know what? I'm a little frustrated. I was discombobulated going into this thing. I had to restart my computer. And, man, that's irritating. Don't you hate that? I'm sure there's an equivalent. What's the equivalent when you're out on the road and you know, you're ready to travel and you've got to, I don't know, restart your truck or something? Let's see if I can find that graphic here. You've got to see this. If you haven't seen it already, I think you have seen it. I mean, we are having a conversation here. And, well, I'm in a room talking to a camera, and you guys are there. Here we go. Let's see if we can pull this up. This is my load board rehab graphic. Let's see if I can pull that up here. So while that's loading, I know, I had to reload the computer. I'm telling you, it's crazy. You know, why aren't the load board? You're looking at a black screen. That is, man, Jay, that's really nice. I love your new, I love your new logo. Load board rehab, dude. Because we need better software. All right, there's probably all kinds of stuff we need, but this is a hard enough industry. not dealing with software from the 1980s. Okay, it's time for some load board intervention. And so tonight, you know what? We're just going to go ahead. Fine. You know what? Go ahead and get your pencils out. Since this is pencil, this is pencil time. We don't have tablets and fancy software stuff. Go ahead and get our pencils out. Let's get our paper out. Let's go old school. Take notes, because I'm going to give free advice to the marketing departments of the top 5 load boards. Ready? All right. So that's what this show is. So I'm just going to give the free advice. Since nobody wants to do the homework, well, let's go ahead and start doing some homework. And by the way, and we're going to do, I guess we could do you guys want to do industry news, or do you just want to jump right into the, because I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm irritated. I'm irritated at the load boards, and maybe that's why my computer rebooted on me, so that I could just be, flat out ready to go and irritated. Because let's take a look at it. Here, let's just look at, man, I'm all messed up here. Hang on. I got my main intro, and then there we go. Let's go ahead and minimize that. Okay, so this is Amazon, right? You guys know Amazon? Look at this. Who designed this site? Man, this is amazing. They just sell stuff. It's an inventory system with categories and ways to interact with the marketplace. And it's, there's a lot going on here. Let's go to eBay. Let's go to eBay. All right, we got eBay again. Lots of categories. The site, it knows who I am. It's interacting with me. I've got search box. I've got different things I can do. I mean, there's a lot here. Let's go ahead and take a look at Uber. Nice. Go ahead and sign in. What? Uber's been around, a few years? Poem, hub, pop-up. I don't know what that is, Dave, but it's funny. All right, so Uber, it hasn't been around that long. They got a nice looking, they got categories. It wants me to sign in. I can become a driver, so there's different things I can do. It's marketing to me, this and that. It looks great. Let's look at another website. How about UShip? Even though, I don't like to go here and try and book cars. Great looking site. Sign in, join, help. There's some education. I mean, they've worked on it. Oh, there's some stats. All right, I think you get the point. So, and by the way, the owner of the #1 load board, let's go ahead and look at their website. Okay? I do have a point. I will get to it. No, I think you see where I'm going. Okay, wow, look at this, man. All this education, and you can't even do anything here. This is just education and the discussion about all the companies they own. Oh, and let's see, is it on here? Oh, there it is. #1 load board. So it's mentioned. You got all this great stuff. I mean, this is a marketing behemoth. You guys got your pencils out, right? Okay, cool. I'm not talking to the drivers. I'm talking to the marketing departments of the load boards. Because I know that when a dealer needs something, oh man, there is all kinds of information. Let's just go, oh yeah, here's one. Let's go to Manheim. Let's go to Manheim.com. Okay, well, we're still within the parent company. Let's go ahead and go to Manheim. Let's say I'm a dealer, which, by the way, I can do a live bid, right? I can go to Manheim.com and join a live bidding process. Pretty sure that takes some technology, marketing, logistics, inventory, you name it, man. That is a lot to manage. All right? So now we're going to go, let's take a trip back to 1984. Are you ready? Okay? In the Wayback Machine. Here we go. Now we're back. We're back in the 70s, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of like MySpace. I think I just went back to MySpace. Should be MySpace Dispatch. All right? Because I am now at a load board. The #1 auto transport load board, by the way. Hey, what's up, Jesse? #1 auto transport load board, and it doesn't know who I am. I've been here every day. Yeah, I realize there's a profile. I'm gonna tell you what I mean. This page has no idea who I am. I come here every day. I come here for the same trucks, looking for the same stuff every day, and this page has no idea who I am. So, for example, if I want to do, let's do a search. I'm Joe Blow. I've been here every day for the last few years. Now I know I can click saved. I realize that. I can click save, which is the beginning of a good idea. But this is certainly not how it ends when you are dealing with somebody like Amazon. Amazon, eBay, Google Maps knows where I am. Google Maps knows where I've been, what I'm doing. I can type 2 characters and Google Maps is already suggesting places for me, things to do. Hey, what's up, New Age? Did you just go live? You just posted a video, man. Alex is back. Hey, what's up, Alex? Welcome back to the show. Roxy, awesome. Welcome to the show. Terrell, it's just a plane. Dude, 1970s, 2018. Isn't this fun? No, it's not fun. Because, dude, why doesn't this site know who I am? I mean, that's fine. All right, fine, it doesn't know who I am, and I don't need, all this marketing. That's not what I'm getting at. So I've come up with quite a long list of things that I'm not happy about. And when I open this up, and I don't want to just single out the #1 1970s dispatch load board. I want to talk about the top 5. And in fact, I'm in love with Dispatch Monkey. All right, that's pretty cool. Sounds low. Ocean Road's checking in from Petro. Okay, cool, man. How's everything going? How's that DPF? Is it working? Are you up? Hey, what's up, DP Dispatch? This show's for you too, man. Listen, dispatchers, carriers, this show is for you. This is Load Board Rehab. Brokers, this show is for you, but we still have to figure out how to all get on the same page. And I haven't figured that out yet. And dealers, you know what? I don't think you see this side of it, so I don't think you know what I'm talking about. By the way, let's do some more comparisons. Have you seen the freight load boards? Look at this, man. DAT.com. Okay, they get it. Look, that's a smartphone with it. Really? DAT gets it. Who else gets it? Truckstop.com? Yeah, I mean, they get it. Look, they know it's an ecosystem, and they also know that, I mean, everything is going to devices. There was another load board I had pulled up. Let's go to freight load boards. Okay. And we're going to do, did I pull up Trucker Path? I don't think I did. Or is that Truck Stop? No. I know, I'm not good at this. Okay, yeah, this Trucker Path. Look, they get it too. Why are they showing a smartphone? Because, ladies and gentlemen, when you get a dispatch, when you finally remind the program who you are and what you're doing here, this program literally has no idea what I'm doing here. Nothing has popped up. There's no autofill fields. Again, I realize my company name is in the corner of the screen, but that is it. It has no idea why I'm here, where I've been, what I'm up to, what I'm looking for. And I realize there's no incentive, right? Because if you can cash the checks and just kick back and make it rain, then why wouldn't you? But I'm telling you, and we know it, and that's why we're talking about it today. You heard it here first. Nah, you didn't. You probably heard it at a truck stop first. But I'm calling it out, man. This is YouTube. It's 2018. There is information everywhere. And, all right. I'm being shared. That's cool. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. Why is the load board so... What's the word I'm looking for? Help me out, fellas. J or CD will raise their prices once again. Exactly. You know what? I'm tired. Aren't you tired? What is it? Hashtag CarHauler2. Aren't you tired of being worried that they're just going to raise the price again and put out another crappy version? I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. And you know what? I got nothing left to lose. Except for, I don't know. I'm sure I have something to lose. But my point is I'm tired of it. Aren't you tired of it? Who's tired of this? Who is ready? Oh, okay, there's Mobazen. Thanks, buddy. Who is ready for some load board rehab? I'm ready. I'm seriously ready. Antiquated. It's old. Hey, marketing departments, get your pencils ready because we're going to start going into what you can do to fix it. Vintage, thank you. Gartho Logistics, all right, man, we are here and we are live. And we are not backing down. I'm tired of it. All right, so what's the problem? All right, I've come up with a list of things. All right, I got my little list over here. Number one, it's a walled garden. Who remembers walled gardens? You guys remember Web Crawler, Alta Vista, Yahoo? I know Yahoo's still around, but you know, these were internet spaces that existed and were rather impenetrable. You could do things inside. Okay, don't do that. You could do things inside the walled garden, but you can't get out and you can't get in. It's a walled garden. That's not how efficient, productive, future business. Yeah, I need some Kool-Aid, man. That's a good call, Dave. All right, walled gardens. I think I made my point. All right, it doesn't work, man. And Central Dispatch is a walled garden. Okay, I mean, not to mention that once you do get your dispatch, what do you do with it? Print it, fax it, and then what? Then go to bed? I mean, why can't you do anything with it? I'm telling you, man. Look, Trucker Path, Truckload Board. They're showing you a smartphone because you eventually need that dispatch to be able to go somewhere, whether it's your phone or your ELD or just directly to the DOT inspection station where you're going to be shut down. I don't know, but it needs to be able to go somewhere. Let it go. It's a dispatch. Smarter search boxes. All right. Listen, man. If I open up a few windows, okay. If I open up a few windows and I do a couple searches, here's search box A, and I'm going to do, like, let's say I'm going to try and give this example. Let's say I do search box A, Alabama to Delaware. All right? And I run the search, okay? And then search box B, I do Alabama to Arkansas. And I run my search. All right, and then search box C, I'm going to do Indiana. I'm going to mix it up here. Indiana to Illinois, and I do my search. Okay, that's a very simplified version of it. What I'm getting at is if I hit the back button, if I open a few windows and start hitting the back button, guess what happens? It doesn't know where I was anymore. Why not? Why isn't each browser its own smart and understanding search box? I know that's programmable because I can go to eBay and I can search 10 different things, and each browser is its own smart and separate browser. Not in Central. Man, it gets confused so easy, I gotta go back and just hit refresh and start over again. Which brings me to the new look. Listen, man. Let's see if I can do this here. I got so many windows open. The new look doesn't help me. Maybe it helps the guy on his mobile phone, and maybe that's who you're trying to help. But as a dispatcher, when I'm sitting at a desk, I can no longer look. See, when I widen, it squeezes it. I don't want it squeezed, man. In the old look, it stayed. It didn't change. Even if I made it this wide, I still had all the same information. But now in the new look, everything's squeezed. It's like an accordion screen. Drives me crazy, man. It's not efficient. Give me the option. Maybe I'm a mobile user. Maybe I'm a PC user. And I'll tell you what, that gets to the next problem. Maybe I'm a dispatcher and I'm not just one company. Can't I have a dispatcher's interface where I can go between companies? Why not? Do you not like dispatchers? Did you not know there are dispatchers? Well, there are dispatchers, and dispatchers work with different companies. And actually, dispatchers are not going away. Dispatchers are not going to be turned into robots. I don't know what you want to call it in the future, but there will be people doing logistics, working with customers or brokers or other robots. I don't know. But there will be people, and they need to be able to work with several carriers instead of being trapped inside one carrier. Which brings me to another problem. Why can't you sign up for this load board without having an MC number? Dude, man, you could create a sandbox where people could try it for free, right? Go in, try it for free, play around, dude, do searches, learn about it. And where's the education? Oh my gosh. Can somebody please help me learn stuff? I know there's a resources. Man, this is so 70s, dude. I should have a disco ball and platform shoes. Man, I'm telling you, I understand, yeah, you've got some learning center videos. If you're pulling in $1 million a month on carriers' subscription rates, can't you make a load board that is, with the times, 21st century? You've been to other websites, right? Okay, now, I'm just flat out talking to the marketing department. You have seen other websites. And if you haven't seen other websites, okay, so there are other websites, and some of those websites, maybe even all of those websites, are better. Go to Amazon. You should write this down. You should go to sites like Amazon.com and see what they do with their customers. Because you know what? If you're charging somebody over $100 a month for a subscription, that person is your customer. And your customers are expecting a lot out of the website. So what you want to do is find out what other websites are doing, go to them, look and see what their functionality's like, how they interact with their customer, and how they understand their customers' needs. Find out what those customers' needs are and how to better serve your customer. Because carriers, I don't know if they're your biggest customer, they may not be your favorite customer, because I think your favorite customer is dealers. Really, it seems like everybody in dealerships. You got digital marketing, and I realize you're a giant company. There is no need to listen to this guy going on and on YouTube about how terrible the website is. By the way, the entire industry, maybe 95% of the industry, 9 out of 10 carriers hate your website. I don't know if you know that. They do. They hate your website. Hey guys, how many of you out there actually, what do you guys say about Central Dispatch website? Let's see. No, then they will close the money. If I hadn't met Dave from Clarksville, I wouldn't have known what the site interface looked like. Right, you didn't even know about it. Right? Okay. But you know that they have a booth. See, that's the funny part. I know they do marketing because, let's do Central Dispatch, I don't know, Expo. Will that get me there? I know they do like an exhibitor booth. That's what I'm trying to come up with. Exhibitor booth. Exhibitor booth. I know they have exhibitor booths. Yeah, because I've seen them. This isn't working, is it? Ah, darn it. I've seen a Central Dispatch exhibitor booth. Anybody, what am I searching for, Russ? Central Dispatch. Let's do booth. Let's try that. Oh, trade show booth. All right. Ah, dang it. Okay. All right, well, that's a red herring. I'm barking up the wrong tree. So just gonna, it sucks. Right. Thank you, guys. Listen, I know. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. Listen, Ashley from Relo Geek made a video years ago she was talking about Central Dispatch. This is not a new concept. Everybody's talking about it. If everybody talked about how bad Amazon sucked, I'm pretty sure, well, I don't know. I don't know what they would do. I don't know if they would just shut the garage door and go home. I don't know, but I think that they'd want to fix it. I think eBay would want to fix it. I think Uber would want to fix it. Man, Uber gets some terrible press. They want to fix it. Uship. I don't know what Uship wants because I don't spend much time there. I'm not sure who does. But, I mean, Uship seems pretty cool. Just for auto transport, it doesn't seem to. Although Montway, again, Montway, you guys have figured out how to turn Uship into your own personal ATM. I don't know how you did it. Allegedly, that's what I've heard. Just an opinion. But all right, let's talk about more reasons why. Yeah. So okay. So am I getting? Am I? I think I'm on target here because I think we're actually having a conversation here. Or maybe a free trial to see what loads, pick up and delivery location, but no customer contact information. Absolutely. It could just be fake, just a fake sandbox with no contact info. And by the way, how about it? Let's do another one. Let's do a search here. All right, because I've got a long list of stuff. I've spent a lot of time thinking about organizing my thoughts on how this could be better. And yeah, it's cool. You can do a region search or a city search. And if you do a city search, you can do 50, 100. Why not? Why are those the only numbers? I don't know. Maybe that's a good idea. You know what? And by the way, on the multi-city search, I don't really like it. However, Sean, man, you do a great job searching, and I think you use this tool better than anybody. I actually don't know anybody else that uses it. I think somebody uses it. Cool. So people, okay, you guys are agreeing with me. Great. I appreciate that. I don't need that, but it helps. Otherwise, I'd feel pretty silly like I was barking way up the wrong tree. All right. Let's do a search here because I want to show you this. I don't understand it. All right, I just did Texas to Indiana, and who knows what it'll show. And man, rates are up, by the way. Isn't that unbelievable that rates are finally up? I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. All right, so I'm doing my search now. As you were talking about in the sandbox, maybe there's no contact info, right? All right. So maybe I can't call. Maybe I don't see the name of the broker. Maybe I don't see the phone number. Although I don't, why hide it? Just, dude, you guys are making so much money. Just put it out there. Show the industry that there's a reason why you're the #1 load board. Because right now, the only reason is because you make the most money and you have the most loads. You are so poised to have somebody come in and clean your clocks. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable to me. All right, so I can call this phone number. Why can't I hit a button? You know, again, I can go to Amazon. I can be searching anything. Let's put in, what do I want to look for? Let's do a hubcap. Look at that. I put in one letter. I don't know if it knows what I've looked for in the past. I don't think it does. Hubcaps. I put in 3 characters and I just clicked. I'm seeing pictures. I can start ordering within a couple clicks. Why can't I book a car within a couple clicks? Why do I gotta call? Wouldn't the broker like that too? Because I go over here to One Dispatch, and man, that's the best thing about Ready Logistics One Dispatch, is that I can put in Texas to Indiana, hit search. Yeah, there's no search results. And that's the biggest problem, is that Ready Logistics, Cars Arrive, United Road, and Metro Loads. And I'll tell you what, I'm assuming, I just named the top 5, but I got a feeling, I think I know who the number 6 is. And I think that this number 6 is going to become number 5 as soon as possible, probably this year. Actually, I'm going to go with that. I'll bet you this one becomes number 5 this year, because the reason you lose your position as number 5 is because I don't see any innovation. I don't see any reason to come here other than if your load is posted on Central, and if I see it, I got to go to your site to make sure it's really still available. Oh yeah, and I gotta go here to make sure I know what mix mix is. What's mix mix? Does anybody know what mix mix is? You can't book a car with a click because of our fax signed contract on file. That's a good one, man. You can do that with Cars Ride. Yeah, you can book it. Exactly. What's Central Dispatch net worth? Exactly. Hey, what's up, Silverman? Welcome from Detroit. I actually met a dealer today that wanted my telephone number because he said he hates Central. Funny thing is that I haven't even hit the road yet. Although I just got my truck yesterday. Yeah, that's a good real world example. I'm telling you guys, in the marketing department or wherever you're watching this, maybe you're in the boardroom. You've been called in. Get in here and watch this video, and you're watching this guy talking about what should be your sweet little baby, and he's ripping it apart, and the reason he's doing it is the whole industry feels this way. It's unbelievable. Mix mix is an attempt to not tell you what the units are. Really? Then shouldn't it just say, we're not going to tell you what the units are? What's mix mix? I want to go to a drive-through. Hi, can I take your order? Yeah, I want to get some food. How would you like to pay for that? Oh, I don't know, money. You know, come on, man. Mix mix. What is going on, everyone? Yeah, what is going on, everyone? I mean, what you mean is, what's going on, everyone? Meanwhile, I'm like, what's going on, everyone? All right, so I don't get it, man. The subscription price is obviously too much, and everyone is so scared it's going to keep going up, which it's probably going to go up after this video, and then, you know, people will pile on me. Look what you did, Jay. You and your load board rehab. All right, so obviously this is primitive, and not only can I not, there's no button to click. Oh, man, view route? Don't get me started. Why even have crappy maps? Dude, why do I call it crappy maps? Alright. Where is my... Okay, I clicked view route. I got to go back to the dispatch order to actually figure out what this map is showing me. Okay, so I don't know. I'm going from checkered ball. No, I'm going to checkered ball from bright green ball. Okay, bright green ball is west of Columbus, and checkered ball is north of Fort Smith. What is this? No wonder they're using crappy maps. It's exactly the same technology as crappy loads. Crappy loads mean crappy maps. I mean, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. Okay. And I talk about it. There's no backhaul button. I do my search. I got my search, all right, which, does this page even tell me what that search was? No, I don't think it does. Does it? Nope, it doesn't. Why would it? Oh my God, this is hilarious. Mix are all pickups. Exactly, dude. They usually are. You know what's funny? Oh my gosh. Personally, when I go there and it's mix, and it's not all pickups, I do like a happy dance. I swear, man. I'm like, oh, thank God it's not all pickups. Let's see. Girls up as well. Here in upstate New York, diesel's over $3, and so is unleaded. Yeah, well, in the Midwest, we're not that far behind. Fuel. Girl is up. Yeah, no, it's true. Whiskey and beer. Oh, wow. Ship.cars is going for a home run. No, they are. And thank goodness. Because it is time. I don't care who starts it. It's finally time for somebody to lead the way into the 21st century and out of the 1970s. Man, everybody put on your bell-bottom pants and log in. It should say that. Welcome to... Anyways, okay. All right, so yeah, where's my backhaul button? No, it's nowhere. Oh, by the way, yeah, so let's hit back. Does it know where I was? I don't know. No. Do you guys remember what my search was? I do. But does this? Nope, that's not where I was. That is not what I searched. I searched Texas to Indiana. Didn't I? Is it unless... Okay, oh, here's Texas to Indiana's over here. Fair enough. caught me out, right? It's not the right one, Jay. Okay, I'm telling you, but I do these searches. I'll open like 8 windows, and I go back to the first one, and I hit the back button, and it does not know where I was. I got to start all over. Golly, it's frustrating. Okay, so let's say Texas, Indiana. Here we go. I go back, and let's say I'm excited, man. I'm thrilled. Where's the backhaul button? You mean nobody has a backhaul button? Oh my gosh. Nobody wants to do this. Because you know what's funny? As far as I know, when transporters pick up loads and go somewhere and deliver, they move. They live there. They sell their truck. They sell their stuff. That's it. That's the end of the road. One trip. Why would you need to find a backhaul or any other legs from where you just, why would you need that? You wouldn't need that. Heck no, everybody go home. That's it. You're wrap for the day. Turn in your stuff. You're done. High five, everybody. Let's go to the party. I'm serious, man. Nobody has anything like a backhaul button. Okay, we're going to go through we are going to go through them individually too. All right, and the dispatch sheet. Let's talk about that. Now, I'm not going to pull up a dispatch sheet. I have looked at examples before. My point is, and you know what I'm talking about, this is the best example. Once I get my dispatch from the most primitive dashboard ever, by the way, I go to dispatch to me, and it is literally buckets. Like you just shove your order in one of these bins and, you're done. Oh man, that's hilarious. All right, so I shove my order in the bucket. I get my order shoved in the bucket, whatever. What do I do with it? I don't know. Fax it. Print it. I don't know. Get a piece of paper. Get a piece of paper, and just grab an envelope, since why not? And I need to write down the information and then fax it to the driver. So I could print it. Yeah, that's right. I can dust off my printer and print it and then write it down and get it to my driver. Are you kidding me? Why can't I click and send the dispatch to a mobile device? Why not? Fine, charge $500 a month. Do it, man. Sean's like, don't do it. Yes, do it, man. Just send it. What else we got here? I miss JD. I miss JD too. We got to find out what he's up to. I wonder if he lost my number. JD, yeah. Any word from JD, man? Everybody wants to hear from JD. I don't know. JD, if you're watching the show, go ahead and call in, and you are welcome, man. We would love to have you on the show, and I'd love to know what your take on Central Dispatch is. Okay, and finally, we're going to move into one dispatch here in a second. But by the way, what is going on here? Is that new? Oh my gosh. Are they working on their site right now? No way. Is one dispatch having their own load board rehab right now? I think so. Somebody ran down to the computer department and go, oh my God! He's doing his show again on load boards. Everybody wake up. Here, throw these coffees out. Get the shredder going. Oh my gosh. Okay, Vinny has, 1, 2, 3 load board has a backhaul. Duh. Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that. See, you know what? You know what's really scary? I did not know how far ahead of the game freight was ahead of auto transport. Literally, auto transport, I think, is the oldest, other than antique stores, auto transport is the oldest and creakiest industry around. Now, I'm not talking about the carriers. I am talking about the technology. This whole show is about technology. Old, creaky technology that doesn't seem to have any concern for... What do you think that... Let's talk about the car shipping customer. What do you think the guy moving his rather new Jaguar would think of this load board system where, he went on to Google. Let's go ahead and follow this through. Guy with a Jaguar. 50 grand, right? Something like that. It's a pretty nice car. He's really concerned about it. He's going to put in VIP transport, Florida. I don't know what he types in. He's got a Jaguar. I don't have a Jaguar. VIP Transport Florida. All right. It doesn't matter what he puts in. And because everybody goes to the same place. They get the load, make the promises, easy peasy. All right, that'll be $3,000. Run over to Central, post it for $300, ring the cash register, and now this guy's car that he really, he's really anxious about this transport, and I know the brokers put a lot of work into all this, customer information, and we've got trucks, and it's amazing. And then take that Jaguar, go in the back room, close the door, and dump it on the load board. Just dump it on there. Again, we do our search. Okay, let's just do our search here. Florida. Let's pretend, we've got the load. It's Florida to California. It's absolutely fantastic and huge. And yep, so then we dump it on the load board, and it looks like the 1970s Atari games, right? What am I talking about? Well, I've got some kind of color code system. Okay, so there's something about green, and okay, so I guess I can click on, oh good, it'll take me to crappy maps, great, and so I can click on that. I can compare. What's compare? You know what? This is another button that it's great for brokers. It sucks for carriers. I don't know how many times I have called about a load, and I'm ready to negotiate because everything's negotiable because it's been listed as low as possible, which means we're going to have to negotiate. And then you say, well, you know what? But have you hit, if you hit the compare button, well, the going rate is 33 cents a mile. Okay, well, I don't care what the going rate is. All of those people could have been possibly forced over a barrel. Meanwhile, you got the Jaguar customer knows nothing about the Atari system. Am I making a point? Does anybody agree with that? Dude, really, Acme Transport out of Florida. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, man, call them. And that's just, and you wonder why. That's okay. My pistons are firing like crazy. All right. Listen, it's not just for the carrier, and it's not just for the customer. It's also for the broker. Why do you think brokers are so afraid of everybody meeting and talking to each other? Because behind the scenes, you have literally set up the whole notion that it's a total free-for-all. Car shipping customers have seen Central Dispatch, and they couldn't believe that this was the system where the back deal actually happened. It's kind of like two trucks backing up in an alley and making a deal right off the lift gate. Just throw up the back door. Okay, here's your asparagus, my oranges. Throw down the back door. You got a TV, I got a Jaguar, and you take care. Really? I can't believe 2 years. There's no way this is how it's done in 2 years. Is it? I mean, is that right? Will somebody please, in 2 years, comment on this video and say, yep, no, it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. All right, Central has no app. What? No mobile app. Central has no mobile app. Are you kidding me? Mobile app. Mobile app. Mobile app. Mobile app. Mobile app, right? I'm pretty sure. Now, not that we need a bunch more. What's up? What's up? Not that we need everybody to have a mobile app. We don't. But it seems like if Central had a mobile app, at least they'd start to. What would they do? Start to go down the road of a dispatch not being a dead end anymore. Literally, that dispatch sheet, after you get it, you can hit print and let the sheet just fall into the trash. Because you can't do anything with it. So what I'm gonna print it twice. First print goes in the trash with the rest of the printouts, and then the second print will go onto my desk so I can write it down on the back of an envelope and hand it to a driver. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what it's for. So, or faxing, yeah, because I don't even know anybody. Does anybody fax anymore? I haven't heard the word fax other than on Central Dispatch. I haven't heard the word fax, I think, this year. I'm pretty sure faxes are like with buggy whips. The faxes and buggy whips. Hey, where's the Carshipios? All right, let's put it up there, man. Well, I was bagging on load boards, and I didn't want to, I didn't want to lump you in with. See, oh, look at that. Now that's what we call a modern website. Yeah, man. Let's go toe to toe here. Let's go ahead and do that. Carshipio and when the Bee Gees were popular. I mean, okay. And you've got, right? Okay, that's right. I left something out. Repo lots. Oh my gosh. Just like we need to. I'm on a roll, man. I'm going crazy here. Only used facts. When mom and pop shops weren't upgraded to email, exactly. You know what? That's funny. When I started dispatch, what was it, 5 years? No, 6 years ago. Fax machines, we faxed all the time. So, obviously it's more relevant than audio cassettes. But today, it's as relevant as audio cassettes. And yet, there's no button to email. I can't email a broker. I mean, I can find their email. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Exactly. He's even saying, look at this guy's even saying email me. But I can't, there's no button. I can click a button to view crappy maps, and I can click a button to make my argument worse as far as negotiating a price. But I can't click a button to book it. I can't click a button to, ask a question. I can't click a button to get a picture. I can't do any of that stuff. But you know what? I think you can. In freight, they know. And I'll tell you what, come on, ship.cars. Make some of this stuff happen and blow these guys out of the water and show them how it's done. You too, Stan. Keep doing it, man. You know what? I know that you've asked me about, I believe that makes Carshipio in the top 10. Exactly, dude. You're in the top 10 load boards, man. You are. Because I know, one of the other problems is that there are many brokers that have tried to create load boards. And it's not that they've failed, I just think that they stopped. Because it's thankless. It's hard to get the kind of volume that it takes to move your software forward. Which is why it seems like the end game for auto right now, the end game for auto transport load boards is either these guys or these guys. Or I got one more. These guys. Because it's going to take it doesn't take a lot of money to make great software engineering. But it does take the marketing required to switch everybody from the 1970s to a current usable software is going to take a lot. How do you get all of those brokers and people listing loads and the carriers and the marketplace to start using that system? That really is the hardest part. And so, there are several brokers, like Reindeer has a load board. And if they post a load, I like booking loads with them. If they post a load, then I know I got to go to their load board to make sure it's still available while I'm calling. I do that. Because if it's not on their load board, it'll still be posted on Central. It means it's already gone. And that happens really on, the overflow of all of the boards. Wow, that is really funny. I think they're working on it right now or something. I don't know. But the overflow is there. Now, I think Ready Auto dumps the loads from their board onto on Central twice a day. I've tried to observe their habit. How many loads does Reindeer have? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what you do. You know how to go there. You go to carrier.reindeerauto.com. All right, and then you've got a carrier ID and a password, and you log in. Right, it's a simple interface, but honestly, I still think that this is a little bit better. You've got some forms here, and then you can search for loads, and search criteria. Shoot, this is still better than this. What's up with this? Do you guys even know what this is? If somebody says fax machine, I'm gonna laugh. How many does Reindeer have on average? If I was gonna guess, I'd say less than 500 on average nationwide. That's a guess. Maybe 1,000, which is still. I mean, the volume. You go to the number one load board and you put in. You can do this. You can do all to all and do all to all within like 10 days, right? And go ahead and hit search. And your results, I think it's like 29,000. Are they running Blade servers? I don't know. 43,000. That number has gone up. So, I mean, 43,000 nationwide. Okay, how do you compete with that? How do you compete with that? Because I know Ready Auto is like, let's see here. Let's see if we can search all to all. Do I gotta check it all? And I'm not real keen on, I don't know. I don't think that this is the best either. It's like I have to be real focused when, oh, okay, I can hit a check mark for all. Okay, that's good. Still, it's with the way their search interface is, I feel like I have to be really deliberate on these drop down menus. It just feels clunky. All to all, 2,000. Okay, so Ready Auto's 2,000. I mean, it doesn't even hold a candle. Although, same parent company, so more about that candle later. Let's do anywhere to anywhere on Cars Arrive. And submit. Okay, let's see here. United. Oh, okay. So it's like 23,000 actual loads. Alright, so here we got, what do we got here? We have a number? 4416. I don't know, I think I confused it. I'm not sure what it's doing. 240? I don't know, is that right? It's gotta be more than that. I would think it has to be. Still, it's not a candle. And United Road, I don't even know if I can do that on United Road. United Road's searching is so... If the number one load board is the 70s, this thing is the 60s. Seriously? It's like playing in television. Oh man, with that disc, it's just a thing and a disc. I don't know what you do here. I don't know what this is for. You can't even find all the loads here that are posted. Yeah, this is just, I mean, this is a flat out random, It's like walking into a closet after a shredder has gone volcanic. All right, so there's that. Okay, now and let me just say repo loads. Okay, I think that if somebody were to accept my friend request, you got it. I'll do that, buddy. But I can't at the moment. But I appreciate that. We are talking about carriers. We're talking about car shipping customers. We're talking about the ecosystem. You know what I also think is that repo lots, which apparently are a big part of this ecosystem, as far as pickup and deliver, pickup locations. I don't know if you deliver to a repo very often, but picking up there is such a nightmare that even folks, I've even talked to people at these load boards that think it's a nightmare. Because the car shipping customer, in this case, which is probably a bank now owns the car sitting at a repo lot, and they can't get the repo lot to be open for more than 4 hours a week. Now I know it's because they're out, getting other cars. And again, if you work for a repo lot and you want to come on this show, shoot. If you work for anybody doing anything and you want to come on this show, I'll probably take you. But they need to educate repo lots. How about this? Take away educate. Incentivize. Incentivize repo lots to get those cars moving. Instead of paying them storage fees, which make sure they want them to sit there, find an opposite incentive. Really? Dude, how about the profit? What's that guy's name? I don't know his name. Go on Shark Tank with this idea, but talk to a businessman that can figure out how to incentivize repo lots to move those cars instead of let them sit there all day with ridiculous requirements of the carrier so that never gets moved. It's ridiculous. And the number one load board that has the number one repo problem is one dispatch. Oh my gosh, there's so many repo cars up here. I literally try to memorize the repo cities. We could play a game called, excuse me, Copart cities and repo cities, and we could play all night. We could have such a hoot and hollering good time. I'm considering I was gonna do like a Copart cities show, and maybe we'll do that one. We'll have a spinner and a wheel, and name that Copart city for 200. I don't know. So. But Ready Logistics has a serious repo lot problem, and they need to somehow figure out how to incentivize repo lots to get those cars moved. Now, I think I've gone through email, subscriptions, search boxes, screen auto sizes, results not interactive. That's another thing. Results are not interactive. Well, yeah, so you can't click anything. But it's just, again, it's dumb. It doesn't know anything about me. What really should happen is I book a couple cars to Illinois, and guess what it does? Whoop, pop, search up. Starts to put my pickup city in Illinois because it knows I'm going to Illinois. Why don't you start my search picking up at that spot and going to the next place? How hard is that? It's just algorithms and stuff. I know, I'm not a computer engineer, but I'm telling you, even if these ideas are terrible, knock on the door down the hall that has a sign on it that says marketing, and just out of fun, just say, I got this great joke. I got this crazy idea. I had this dream. I didn't see any YouTube video, but I had this dream that, like, our load board does more stuff. Like, in my dream, I was thinking about how I shop, and, I can buy shoes in the middle of the night on my phone, and I can do all this crazy stuff. I don't buy shoes on my phone in the middle of the night, by the way. But I had this crazy dream that our load board did so much more. Isn't that crazy? All right, I'll see you later, man. I got to go to lunch. I think that'd be great. I think it'd be great, and I think that maybe, just maybe, somebody can either get a promotion or a demotion out of this. I think it's possible. Their app is horrible. Okay, so let's talk about, I'm going to go into another segment here. All right, pros and cons. We're going to do pros and cons of the top 5, and then we're going to go to, man, it's already 9 o'clock. That's crazy. Yeah, Marcus. Oh, man. You watch The Prophet, Acme? Oh, I love The Prophet, dude. It's awesome. It's motivating. It's really smart. He talks about product, process, and terrible load boards. I'm pretty sure that's what he talks about. Okay, so Central Dispatch. Okay, number 1 load board. Obviously, I like that it has the saved searches. That's cool. And you can get the company information and phone numbers. And actually, it's a good way to check the viability of a route. Are you thinking of going to Nevada? Do the search, and you can actually, if you are looking to now that I've said all these terrible things and you guys hate me, let me just say this. I'm going to say a couple nice things about you, okay? This is where you go. If you want to find out if Nevada is a good place to go or not, or South Dakota, or, you know, the Virgin Islands, whatever it is, you type it in here, and that's where you're going to find out and get a good idea. Is this a good idea or is this a bad idea? You go to the #1 load board. Okay? But it is too expensive. More than half of the loads up here are too cheap. I mean, it really feels that way. Other than the last month or two when prices have gone up, this is cheap load central. In fact, if you want a good nickname, cheap load central is a pretty good name. It's totally primitive software. It's unbelievable how primitive it is. I cannot interact with brokers unless I call them or I guess fax them. And what else? I have to constantly play detective with the stuff that I find. I guess you can call these ready to go posted loads. I don't know if I would do that because so many times I got a call and I find out so much stuff. Not actually located in, mix. Oh yeah, no, it's actually a start in lurch. I mean, the address is wrong. It's unbelievable. So I got to be a total detective on this site. It also seems to favor everyone except the carrier. Why do brokers pay less for their subscription? I'm assuming, well, dealers, brokers, they both pay less. And do they get a better interface? What exactly is going on here? Maybe that's why so many people do not trust this site. In fact, I know brokers don't trust it. Yeah, newsflash. If you didn't already know this, brokers don't trust the site. I've talked to many brokers that are afraid of letting the full dispatch process happen on Central Dispatch. What they want to do is post the load, have you call them, and then disappear off of this website. They're afraid something's going to happen with their data or their customer. I don't know what it is, but there's so much fear and distrust out there. It's unbelievable. And you know how we know this is going to change? Because remember how you used to buy a car? You used to drive down to the guy's lot on the corner and you look at his 6 vehicles and you just kind of, it's like when we voted in the previous election, you close your eyes and you just hope not to hit the bigger smell. Well, that's how it used to be when you bought cars. Not today. You go online to an app on your phone or on your computer and you go nationally and you pick the car you want. And this is coming to Auto Transport. I'm not the one to build it. I am merely telling you it's going to happen. And that's why I'm doing it. Because I'm not building it. I know this is going to happen. Or it better happen. It should happen. I don't know. Or it's just another crazy YouTube video that I'm making. Okay. And the rating system. I think the rating system is now useless. In fact, I think it's so useless that there's a system alert about as of February 20, the ratings management team will no longer be responsible. Come on, that's too funny. It shouldn't be this easy to say so much terrible stuff. It shouldn't. But it is, and it's true. And I'm trying to help. Since I don't work there, I'm just making a video. It's free. Anybody can watch this. Take the ideas and run with it. I don't know. Why not? Maybe the prophet will watch this show and be like, oh my gosh, totally. We got to get this guy on the show and then can him, demote him, stick him in a warehouse somewhere. All right, one dispatch. What's wrong with it? All right, let's go with what's good about it. Okay. What I like about it is I can book loads without calling. All right, so I can do a search. Let's just do the south to, I know I don't have to show you, but I'm just going to do it anyway. South to southeast. Let's do a search, and I'm going to get search results, right? Yeah, they are working on their site. This is weird. You know what, guys? We are totally seeing a load board rehab live because this site has changed. That's really weird, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I can book this car right now. This one, Mississippi, Tennessee. I can click on this. It pulls up the details. It tells me the information. I read the instructions. I choose the calendar drop down. And I can book it right now. I can even get a little extra money if I wait 10 minutes. Excuse me. That is what I'm talking about. That's what it should be. That's what technology does. Technology allows you to do things. This is not technology. This is a phone book list of information. Okay. That is the best thing about one dispatch, that I can do that. I can get a little bit more money. The mobile app is good. You know that people actually like the Ready Logistics mobile app. People actually like it. Yeah, I have saved searches. It's free. Anybody can join. Com checks are fast and easy. Oh man, com checks are awesome. If everything worked like com checks, this would be a pretty good place. What kind of place you talking about? I'm still on the main screen here. What am I in? Load board rehab. There's oh yeah. You know what? I made this screen. Here we go. This is what load boards should be. They should be personalized. They should have usability. They should be interactive, have functionality in real time, and help create efficiency. That's what this technology should be for. That's what it should do. Why it doesn't do those things? I don't know why it doesn't do those things. Let's discuss it. What are your thoughts on the rating system? Oh man, are we talking about cheaploads.com or what? What are we talking about? Because everybody agrees, and I know I just use the word everybody, and I try not to do that. You got all kinds of black and white extremist statements in the show, but the thing is that it's because I'm upset, man. I'm upset. I deal with these load boards every day, and literally this load board is harder to work with today than it was a year ago. I'm less efficient today than I was a year ago. How does that? I don't know any technology that's done that, actually. I can't think of anything that has made me less effective. And over time, it just seems like it's less effective. Like the rating system is useless. When's the last time you went up here, got the rating on somebody, and it truly meant something? You know, it might give you ideas, or maybe you see it. The best thing I've seen is when I get a dispatch sheet and it gives me a warning about payment terms. That's the best thing that's happened up here. Okay. Let's go to, yeah, and if you guys, Paul and James, give me 10 more minutes, okay? 10 more minutes, and I will be with you. All right, so I can't believe it's already 10 after 9. It's crazy. Okay, and so you can call in. Oh, that's another thing I don't like about this one. You can call these guys, but they're not going to negotiate. I hate that. It's like whoever posted the loads, they are totally not in touch with anybody. And I was talking to one of the other load boards about this, that, you know, there are people that have good technology, but if you're not connected to the folks that posted the load, if I can't negotiate, man, this whole industry is about negotiation. You need to be able to negotiate. That's why I would really like a button to contact the broker instead of having to call, leave a voicemail, and then we voicemail, and then we fax, and finally, after 6 hours, we talk on the phone. And really, I just want to know something. I just want to know if it's a cab and chassis, or if you'll do $100 more. But I can't do that. I can email you. Shoot, there's one broker that only communicates by email, and they still take an hour or two to reply to you. And man, the last thing, one of the things that really sucks about this load board is it takes forever to get set up. What, weeks, months? Is it months? I think it's months now to get set up. That's just a rumor. What should be a good rating system? Hey man, it's been a while. Hey, welcome back to the show. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you, James. Okay, let's go to number 3. Now, number 2 and number 3 are neck and neck. That's the truth. All right. What's good about it? Again, I can book loads without calling. I like this when it has this plus bids. I can get more money, which frankly, I think everything should have more, plus bids on it. What else? I can. Oh, and I know that the cars on Cars Arrive are usually not junkers. That's one of the that's probably why maybe they're actually number 2 over this number 3, is that this thing is loaded with repo garbage. Okay, this is not. This is loaded with used to new cars that are not brand new, but most of the cars up here, I think they're really good about listing in-ops, although they have plenty of in-ops with no keys. But I mean, you can't miss it. Thank you very much for making sure I don't book an in-op with no keys. And really, to have an in-op with no keys at 88 cents a mile, somebody needs to have, that whiteboard schools in session video. Yeah, schools in session, 88 cents a mile. Not going to cut it for oh, this is an in-op with keys. Still, man, come on. It's a $135 car, and it's an in-op with keys. In-op with keys. All right, fine. Okay, here's the problem. Oh, and the last thing is they are helpful on the phone. If you call in, you can actually talk to somebody, and I think you can negotiate. I mean, it's not hard and fast that you'll talk to somebody that can talk to the person, but you can try to negotiate. You can actually do that. But they don't have enough loads. I think that the search mechanism is a bit primitive. Again, these drop downs, I understand. I understand the purpose. I don't know, man. Like when I try to do a multi-state search, it's not fast, and again, it doesn't remember me. This site knows nothing about me. Yeah, it's got my profile information up in the corner, but it has no idea where I've been, what I've moved. It doesn't. It should. Why doesn't it? I don't get that. All right, and oh, you know what? And paying fees. So it's a 20-day pay, and I can choose ComCheck for a fee. That sucks. I don't know. You've got to do something about that. There's too many fees already. Don't give me more fees. I'll just wait the 20 days, and we'll eat bread in the alley for a week. I don't know. All right, let's go to this one. Let's go now that since we've been in the 1970s, let's go way back to the 1960s. They negotiate post an offer and then call. That's good. And which one are you talking about, Paul? Which site are you talking about when you say that? Please let me know. United Road. All right, so this is when James Bond first came out, and the Mop Tops were touring, and they built this. Okay, that's a joke. All right, that's just a flat out joke, but it sure feels that way. You're messing around in these check boxes. All right, let's just uncheck them all. Did you know that if you do let's do a region search to let's uncheck them all, and let's do a region search to I don't know, Georgia. Let's see what happens. Let's see what Intellivision comes up with. Okay. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, one of the things that I think I can go to Central, do the same search, and find more than 9 United Road loads. I don't know why. I don't know that there's an incongruence between what they post on number 1 and what's listed on their site, and I don't think there's a science behind it. I haven't figured it out. Also, sometimes, like this one, you can't check the box. All right, I can check this box. I can add it to my cart, which it was built a long time ago because it's viewing this as a cart. All right, I mean, that's kind of cool. Like if this was WordPress version 1 and I was in high school and I did add to cart, I could see that. But today, no, it's not a cart, man. It's really not a cart. I'm not buying anything. It's not a cart. And it's not what it's called that bothers me. It's the primitive nature of I can't check it. I add it to my cart, and then I go through this shopping process. I can't check the box. I'm going to try and call somebody. Have you tried to call the 800 number? Oh my gosh. Whew. I'm just going to stop right there because I talked to an agent at this company, and even they thought it was hilarious when I said that I guess I'm going to have to call the 800 number. Dude, it's such a mess. But I know it's a big company. Let's go with the pros. Well, here's what I like about United Roads Loads. CarMax to CarMax, it's great. It actually is great. Usually paying good prices. It's the hours and the flexibility that I like. That someone's not breathing down our necks every 5 seconds, although that does happen sometimes. It's the largest broker carrier. The VTAS app is getting better, and there's many agents that you can call at United Road. They actually have a lot of good agents that I really like talking to. So there's a lot of pros, but here's the biggest problem with UR Autoloads. It is so primitive. For the largest broker carrier in the United States, how can it be so primitive? Because there's no need, right? Kind of like Sean was talking about earlier. Oh, if you start making all these changes, we're going to have to raise the price to the roof. Really? Because I don't think that sites like Amazon, eBay, and the rest of the world.com have charged an arm and a leg for a site from the 1970s, which, by the way, they already do. Okay. Let's see. When you can't reach the listed agent, you got to call the 800 number, which, again, it's dicey, man. Many loads not listed on the website. The incongruence there, I don't understand it. I mean, I understand. See, they're on the border of a good dashboard. So why not follow through? Just update it. Okay. And finally, number 5. The Mix. They should just call this mixmix.com. Because literally half the reason I come here is to find out what the Mix is. So, hey, what's up? What's up? Mix. Mixer. Okay. Good night, all. I'll be at the Bordertown Petro. Hey, Sean. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's touch base tomorrow. And I'll probably start making some calls to some of those auction customers. Okay, so it's the Mix. Unwillingness to negotiate. Oh my gosh. You try to negotiate because these loads are down to the decimal. All right? They know exactly what it's going to pay down to the decimal, and there's no negotiation. And you try to explain your expenses, the business. Nope. So basically, this is the deal. If it doesn't pay what you need it to pay, just move on. And if it says mix, maybe just move on when it says mix. What else we got? Loads are regularly underpriced. There's too much paperwork and too many constant phone calls. Oh my gosh. I don't have a lot of great things to say other than sometimes there's great paying loads. And because I think of the other problems, it's not that competitive of a load board. So if you are signed up with them as a carrier and you see a load on their website that's listed and you can verify whatever the mix is and the rate is good, yeah, you can do that load. But you're going to have a lot of paperwork, you're going to get a lot of phone calls, and those are just opinions. Those are not facts, but they're pretty strong and regularly accurate opinions. Okay, and then ship.cars. I don't have a login for ship.cars, which means I never go here to book cars. But I can tell you this, if you look at their interface, they are headed in exactly the right direction, into the 21st century, away from the 1970s. You've got a load board that looks smart and interactive, well designed. Oh, a dashboard that looks like it understands your business, and a mobile app ePod. I'm telling you, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. Somebody is working extremely hard to make good products. And it's not just them, but I don't know, man. Are they going to be the new lead dog? It's looking that way. It really is. It's pretty amazing. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next segment. And I'm going to call Paul and James, and we're going to do a little bit of, excuse me, hot shot car hauling 101. Let's do this. We didn't even do Facebook news. Maybe we'll end with Facebook news. I don't know. We'll see. We might skip Facebook news because I forgot I have a third part that I want to talk about, which is what if Google designed the next auto transport load board? We're going to talk about that.
Hey Jay, how's it going?
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you great, man.
Okay.
All right, cool. Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel, Paul.
Good to be with you. I was just laughing my butt off watching you do your rant on Central.
Oh my gosh, man. I mean, it's funny. It's years of frustration that just keeps building. And honestly, the last year using Central has been, I think, the most frustrating.
Yeah. Well, since I quit in January 2017, I guess I got out at the right time. I feel like I sold my real estate high.
You did sell your real. You did. You really did. So. When's the last time you used Central Dispatch?
Last time was the end of 2016 and some point just after the first year, at the beginning of 2017, we dropped off.
Okay. And you did why? And why is that? I mean, it was on your. That's pretty cool. And I went to your site, and I'm just going to pull it up here. And you were talking about how you stopped using Central, and why is that? In a nutshell, I mean, did you not need it anymore, or what?
Well, it was a combination of things. I guess it's been one thing, but we were down Central for 4 or 5 years at that point, and then when Constant Auto took them over, we saw our rate almost double in about 6 months, and we kind of grandfathered in some older rates. So when it went over $100 a month, that was kind of the tipping point where we just said enough. And plus, while that was going on, over the last year we on, I noticed a serious decline in the quality of information, like you're talking about it. It's like a classified ad. You just get a phone number and some basic information, and then you gotta do a whole bunch of detective work to figure out if you really want to load. And the thing that drove me the most crazy was that I think the decline started when the broker bond requirements went up from $10,000 to $75,000, because then it dropped a lot of small brokers off of the site because they couldn't stay in business with the bond requirement. But then the remaining started raising access to Central. So at the time, when you see in the notes, to book this load, call somebody at this number, call Ed at this number, and it turns out that Ed, half the time you don't know who the shipper is, and Ed's renting access to Central, but he can't assign the load, so he wants to send the information in a text message, and it just became awkward and ugly. And so, we work with the sites that you are on tonight. I mean, that's where we're at. We're just basically United Road Cars Arrive and one dispatch.
And hey, before we move on too, sometimes your explanation is getting a little garbled with the bits like we were talking about before, so just be mindful of that.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I just missed it. I got 5 miles on a 3G signal here at a truck stop in Harrisonburg, Virginia.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and bring in James, and he's going to tell us. So he's got a trailer issue. Hang on here. James? So James has James sent me a message. He's got an issue where he's got a trailer, and he might have I think he's having trouble with the trailer and the expenses of it, and trying to figure out what he needs to do.
Hey, Jay, how's it going?
Hey, James. Welcome to Auto Transport Intel.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right. Cool. So I've got James and Paul on the phone. Can you guys both hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
All right.
I'm good. How are you both? Fine.
Cool. So, James, why don't you tell us in a nutshell What is it that brings you here tonight that we want to try and talk about and see if Paul can help guide?
Well, the question I posed to Jay in the email was, a lot of what Jay talks about, and what everybody else talks about on Jay's show, is the smaller carrier, the 4 or 5 car carriers, the little hot shot guys. And I currently drive a 9-car Stinger, Class 8 truck, and my trailer and my head unit on my tractor are junk. And in the next 12 months or so, I'm going to be looking to replace them. And my biggest question is, what, I guess for the hotshot guy, what would be more preferred, an actual Stinger truck or a conventional, 8-car petrol hauler?
Yeah, this is something that comes up all the time. I think that. Can you hear me a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. So my approach on the market has always been that I always thought that if you're going to have a carrier that was that large, 8, 9-car carrier, that you probably ought to have some sort of regular route, regular contract that you've got with the dealers in your town or dealers that you know, so that the guys that are going to the auctions and buying 50, 60 cars a week or more, and so you can keep that truck full, keep it moving on regular routes. I think it's very difficult. I've tried to dispatch myself, and Jay, you probably can comment on this as well, but I've tried to dispatch some guys that had 8, 9-car haulers, and I'll tell you, it's very difficult to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Piece together loads, without making 6 stops for 8 cars, and once in a while you can get a full load, but they're rare, and then if you get a full load, at least usually leaves you stuck out someplace where you can never get a backhoe, and so that's why I really my focus is really on the 3, 4, and 5-car hauler, because that's what's more manageable in terms of what's available to us on a open market from a dispatch standpoint.
Right.
Right.
And and a lot of times, I mean, when you're dealing with an 8 or 9 car and you're looking for loads, the end game almost always is just looking for a cluster of 7, 8, or 9, because to try and do individuals is just over time, it's not realistic. It pays better, but time wise, and with ELDs, I mean, the time is a killer.
Yeah, and you end up more time trying to find places, and one of the biggest challenges in our business is navigation.
Right.
You go into a town and you got to find 3 places, and you go into a town and you got to find 8. That's got a whole different feel to it.
That's right, and that's why it's interesting. I know, I talk about 3-car, 4-car, 5-car, and I read every day that those are not real car haulers, or I don't know, it's not super truckers. I don't know what you call it, and I don't know what makes it cool or not. But I know that as an independent startup, it sure is a lot easier, I think, expense wise and load wise, to go with the lower number capacity car hauler.
Right. I've even toyed with downgrading to a 4 or 5-car, but since I'm stuck with this truck, that was why I was kind of curious. Since I know that I need to replace my vehicle platforms and my trailer. It was just one of those. Do I try to rebuild this truck and
Right.
get a new Stinger, because that's $150,000 for me head rack and a new trailer, or that was kind of why I posed the question was what's the most beneficial option?
And so what capacity trailer do you have right now?
I've got a 9-car hauler.
It's a 9-car, and is there a way to? Well, what are your thoughts, Paul? I mean, does he stay at the same level of capacity, or try to find a way to backtrack?
What exactly is wrong with the trailer? I mean, what you say it's sharp, but what's wrong with it?
Well, it's a mid-90s Sun Valley trailer, and it's been beat up, cut up, and patched for the last 20 years. By somebody that owned it before me, and Yeah, it's just hard to work with. The Gallup's are all old and falling apart, and the decks are old and falling apart, and it's just old and beat up.
Yeah. How long have you had it?
I bought it in 2015 when I was leased on with a car hauler company that was doing brand new cars, and then the motor blew up on it like 3 or 4 months later, and it got sat in a dirt lot for almost 2 years. So
the transfer shot as well as the trailer. So it's the power unit and the trailer are bad.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when stuff gets to that point, then it probably is better off to start fresh, and maybe you just find a company that has got a hot shot setup that's looking for drivers to get started and make some money and learn the business would be one suggestion, because we've hired a number of guys over the years, and I don't have any openings right now, but that does change week to week sometimes. But one of the best ways to learn this business is drive with someone else, drive with their equipment, learn from making mistakes with someone else's equipment and making mistakes with your own. Learn that into the business, and then you better bring more effort. I mean, you've been in the business, you've run the large trailer with 8-9 cars, so you know what that feels like. You're curious about the 3, 4, 5 car market. Take a job you got from somebody. Learn that side of the market with someone else's equipment. Then you're going to have a good baseline to make a decision which way you want to go in the future: stay big or go into the hot shot space. And that way you're going to have, without spending any money, because there's lots of companies out there that need drivers, and someone with car hauling experience in particular would be really attractive to somebody. I would think you could get a set up with someone fairly quickly if you went out and looked.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not concerned about just putting my equipment. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what equipment will you buy? I mean, you don't know anything about that end of the business, so most of us go out and drive with somebody else doing the business, but then you can make a decision both in terms of what you personally want to do, and then what kind of equipment that you want to pursue. You want to stay big, you want to go to a lighter commercial setup. The only thing I will caution you with that is just make sure you go to a company where they know what they're doing, because I've had some guys that have come from other companies, and we had to break a few bad habits along the way. But the whole idea is you're just trying to make a decision without a full picture of what's involved in a small or later commercial growth and if you've got even 6 months on the road with someone else and their equipment, you're going to learn the nuances of what we do, what we do, these individual loads coming out of dealers, coming out of auctions. You're going to decide. I either like the utility of this equipment and the way I can get to and from places, the gross revenue in terms of what it generates per hour for the equipment. And you're going to decide if you like that or not, but at least you'll have the experience to be able to judge.
So maybe are you James? You're in Facebook groups, right?
What was that? Sorry.
You're in some of the Facebook groups of car hauling Facebook groups, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know if there's a little bit of information you could put together, and it's interesting. I interact with car haulers on Facebook all the time, as far as see all kinds of questions posted, companies, and just keep watching that. I mean, Facebook is really like a classified ad section of a newspaper we used to read when those things existed.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff on Facebook listed. So.
Yeah, and you're in the Albuquerque area, right?
Yeah, my company's based out of Albuquerque. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what Paul, what does he do with his trailer? I mean, is there a used trailer dealer, like there's a used car dealer, or I don't know?
I have no idea. I think I understand what's going on because there's so many hydraulic moving parts. You can only, I guess it gets to a point where it's just not repairable anymore, and it's a tough situation to be in. I'm sorry you're in that situation, but I really don't. I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
What to do with the trailer in that situation.
Well, I know, and I know, like, these conversations can be tough, but, what's interesting is, James, I know you're not alone. I know there's guys nationwide with different truck or trailer problems trying to figure out what to do, and, I mean, frankly, that's one of the reasons I'm here talking about all this stuff, because there's already enough problems.
Well, the reason auto hauling has gotten so popular is because it's a low cost of entry compared to the big trucks, 8-9 car haulers. And so when you're talking about the cost of a trailer, I think the most expensive trailer that I've ever seen a guy buy was, in the mid 20s, 25,000, something like that, and really you can get a really nice, 3-4 car trailer with the extensions on it, 10,000 pound dually axles, either in a low pro or a wedge style, and you can get one of those trailers easily, brand new, end to end for under $20,000 from a lot of different places, and then you've got a trailer that if you take care of it, give you 10 years. And you just do the basic maintenance, whether it'll last you that long. Because unless it's a 4 or 5 car, it doesn't have a hydraulic on. And that's what we like about the 3-4 car trailers is no hydraulic. And all you got to do is put brakes and tires on it, keep the lights working.
Right. That's interesting. Well, I don't know if that was helpful or not, but I mean, I appreciate both of you guys coming on and talking about the situation. And, if anybody has any ideas or thoughts or recommendations, you're welcome to leave a comment down below this video. And if comments come in that are applicable, I'll let you guys know, whether it's you, Paul, or you, James, to come and check out the comments. And if I see anything in Facebook, I might, tag you to check out that Facebook post.
Yeah, appreciate it. And well, back to you. I think you've confirmed something I've been thinking about. So.
Okay, well, I wish you luck.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Thank you.
All right, well, listen, James, thanks for coming on the show. Paul, thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate your guys' time. I appreciate you guys waiting around to, I know I went long with my load board rehab, and actually I'm going to get back into it. I've got one more segment I'm going to talk about, so, if you're enjoying the show, please stick around, and I hope this was helpful.
All right.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, thank you, guys. Talk to you later.
Bye.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so, there you go. I mean, there is Drain the Swamp. Good one, man. That's a good one. We are in that era, aren't we? We are in an era of just swamp draining fools. All right, so listen, here's what we're going to do. And I appreciate you guys. I know the audio was a little difficult on that one, but any comments, feedback? Oh, and if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. I appreciate all the likes I get, comments, shares, money, vehicle gifts, whatever it is. So, all right. So listen, here's what we're gonna do. What would happen? What would the world look like if Google created the next incredible auto transport load board? Because Google is big enough and has way more money than anybody from the 1970s. So, and they know what they're doing. I mean, they've got incredible, right? It stands to, you don't have to argue that. All right, there we go. All right, so let's call it Future Auto Load Board. All right, the Google Future Auto Load Board. And by the way, Google, I mean, I'm just kidding around. This is just a hypothetical, so, but if you're interested, let me know. Okay, so first of all, um, along with their company information, Future Auto Load Board would know your setup and your route by literally just analyzing the data from whatever you were just doing. So if I just picked up in Dallas and I delivered in Atlanta, Future Auto Load Board would know that I'm probably looking for loads out of Atlanta. It's so easy. Future Auto Load Board would also know how many vehicles I can carry. It might even know my truck and trailer. It might even know how many hours of driving I do a day. Dude, yeah, it's amazing. There's a great market here. All right, here we go. So, all right, so Future Auto Load Board knows my capacity. Future Auto Load Board knows my home city. And Future Auto Load Board starts to know where I've been going and what brokers I've been hauling for and what I'm probably interested in. It even starts to know what my revenue has looked like, and it might even say, hey, good job, Company A. Last week was your best week this year, or was your best month this year, or you haven't made this kind of money since 1985. But Future Auto Load Board, just like Amazon and eBay, understands me as a customer and me as a daily interacting entity. And now that Future Auto Load Board knows me and appreciates me, I'm going to keep coming back. I'm going to start to like it. Oh my gosh. What if I start to actually like my load board? That would be amazing. Thank you, Future Auto Load Board. Because Future Auto Load Board also knows my running lanes, my revenue goals. It can help me set new goals. And then it could also suggest information that might be helpful to make my business better. Future Auto Load Board would have a dispatcher version so that as a dispatcher working with several companies, I can just, maybe I've got a red colored interface for company A, a blue colored interface for company B, a green company interface for company C, and Future Auto Load Board knows all three companies and all the cities and all the revenue. Oh my gosh, it's so complicated. But Future Auto Load Board cares and is worth every cent. That's what I'm looking for. Future Auto Load Board offers a free version of the load board where I can just log in and try it out. I don't have to be a transportation company. Maybe I can, maybe I can't book a car, but I can at least see what it's like, just like all other websites on the internets. Okay. All right, Future Auto Load Board also has links to content and questions and maybe a community tab where I can interact with other users of Future Auto Load Board and we can talk about how great it is and how much money we're making, and maybe we can share Auto Transport Intel YouTube videos, and you know, we talk about how, man, do you remember when Auto Transport Intel used to just rant and talk about all that crazy stuff? But now it's so boring because the auto transport industry has gotten so good. Thank you, Future Auto Load Board. Future Auto Load Board would also help all of the ecosystem begin to come together, because now shippers wouldn't feel so confused by all of the listings and why is my car, why did I go to somebody with the promises and the VIP and all this great stuff, and then my car is just getting listed in a phone book like, you know, like some kind of Craigslist mashup. But no, it's not. It's on Future Auto Load Board. Oh, wow. You mean I can actually get information about where my car actually is? I can see it on the map? Oh, are you kidding me? You mean Future Auto Load Board is made with technology that actually communicates with the, whether it's the car shipper or the truck or the broker, and there's more transparency. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that word transparency. Thank you, Future Auto Load Board. We truly did drain the swamp. Future Auto Load Board would also, of course, have a Book Now button on loads. It would have backhaul buttons. Oh, wow. Future Auto Load Board would actually use a good maps program instead of crappy maps. We would have the number one map program in the, it's probably in the universe, because the geniuses at Future Auto Load Board know that if you're going to have a great load board, you should probably have a great map program. What makes it such a great map program? Oh, I could literally type in anything. I could type in Wendy's Indianapolis, and Wendy's near Indianapolis, and I can go to the map. Oh man, and I'm seeing pictures. I mean, I can either have this or I can have this. I wonder which one we should do. Okay, Future Auto Load Board, what else do you have? Oh wow, check this out, Future Auto Load Board. Instead of just, let me do a search here. Instead of just show 100 highlight listings 1 hour newer on top, what about previously hauled for on top? What about best rates on top? What about repo on bottom? Oh, what about that's an in-op run? I mean, why not highlight the in-ops? Cars Arrive figured out how to do it. So I know, okay, fair enough. I think phonebooklist.com does have, they do tell you if it's an in-op. But yeah, there's inoperable vehicle. But there's nothing to say the loads right above it and below it are also in-ops, and nobody is really double checking except when I, the dispatcher, ignored in this whole process, have to put on my Sherlock Holmes hat and verify the information. So maybe if you're a broker and you time after time put information that I have to be the detective, maybe I can, easily move you down to the bottom. Maybe there's isn't there? I know there's a thumbs up. Listen, I know I can click on a broker and get into some kind of thumbs up, thumbs down system, but come on, man. It should be right here on the interface. This is where I'm at. Again, all you got to do is go study eBay and Amazon. I guarantee the guys at Google, if they analyzed your site, oh, they would make my show look nice. All right, and finally, where is the app? Oh my goodness. I'm not telling you to build an app. I'm not saying it's the end all be all. But we know that drivers when you're in your truck, as a driver, your business is rapidly becoming on your device, on your tablet, on your smartphone, whether it's your ELD terminal or whatever. It's buttons and whatnot. Drivers are surfing your phone book list on their mobile phones and on their computers, and then they're going to old school methods to get the information off of your site, because literally everybody from brokers and carriers is doing everything they can to just get the information, get off the site. Everybody's trying to get off as fast as possible. So do us all a favor and update the site before Future Auto Load Board has to walk in and fix the mess. Like the prophet walks into failing businesses and says, everybody needs to get a grip because we're changing everything and we're going to turn this business upside down and make it profitable again. And we know you can do it because we've seen you've got a giant list of, where is that list at? You have this giant list of brands and solutions. I mean, it is amazing how many companies you have. If you have that many companies, how in the world do you have a website from the 1970s? I don't get it. I don't get it. Man, this has been a free marketing consultation from me to the industry. That's 1 hour and 50 minutes of my life I'm never going to get back. And that's okay. Because maybe it'll turn into views and comments and shares and likes and all kinds of other stuff. I'm just a guy at a desk with an outfit and a website, you know? But we all feel this way. Dispatch Monkey with its algorithm aptitude was surely a game changer. Absolutely. And maybe they're the ones that are next. We don't know who's next. But we do know something has to change fast. I mean, because, man, the clock has run out. Your ELD timer has run out. You are out of hours. You are out of service. You have been put out of service. I guess not yet, because people are still paying their bill. But it's a hashtag era. Something is going to change. And so I'm just here trying to help us all. So this is the episode. This is Load Board Rehab. Now we're going to go back to next week. We're going to go back to dispatching part 3. And we're going to do that. And I'll tell you what, I know I didn't do, let's just go ahead and do industry news. I'll take a few minutes because this has been, it did come together. The show did come together. It's funny, my computer rebooted earlier right before the show. Yeah, I'll quit that. And I was like, oh man, I don't know what's going to happen here. But let's do this thing. Let's go ahead and do some industry news. You guys want to? Anybody still there? Why not? Okay. All right, let me see what the first slide is. We got 17 people. If we hit 10, we're just stopping. So if 7 people like disconnect, we're just going to stop. What do you say? It's Tuesday night. You claim that in 15 minutes I could save 15% or more on car insurance. 45 minutes later, a 30% higher rate. Quote determined that was a lie. That's hilarious. Meanwhile, back at dispatch. Hey, I think he's on Central. No. Me, I'm only 2 hours from the yard. ELD, 137 remaining. That's a DOT violation. Facebook. Okay, if guns were as regulated as cars, title and tag at each point of sale, driver training, written test, practical test, health requirements. It's interesting. This is not a political. I saw this. It had cars. It had guns. I don't know. It's interesting. And it's relevant. Man, it is relevant. I'll tell you that. Oh my gosh, I better stay up all night. It's hilarious. Have you ever passed a Peterbilt or Kenworth super trucker and heard a Zego in your Freightliner or Volvo? That's for that's like, you know, that's classic. All right, if you do this, you are a jackwagon. You see that all the time. I don't know how you guys do it. I'd freak out if I drove on the road every day. I'd freak out, man. I'd freak out sitting at a desk. Okay, this one's interesting. It's hard to read, but that is Virginia to Honolulu. And what's interesting is is that double listed? Oh, man. So one of them has, oh my gosh, 2 big cars for $1,800. What are they thinking? I don't know, man. That's crazy. We've got Maintenance Day. That's a pretty good lineup right there. Somebody knows what they're doing. Fake news. That's a good one, Gartho. Thanks, man. Thanks for sticking around, too. I appreciate it. Ooh, I got 5 left. If 5 people jump off, we're cutting the show. That's it. You're canceled. Okay. We got a bus on a wedge. Not to mention, man, he's locked in with trucks there. I hope nothing happens. What else we got? Oh my goodness. This one's crazy. That's DOT inspectors be like. Oh man, okay. What's he looking at anyways? Man, he is really getting in there. Okay. But yet, the DOT messes with the truckers. That is a nice setup you got there. Nice, yeah, that's a real nice rig. That's super steady. What could go wrong? Yeah, that is actually a car. That is some crazy strapping. I don't even know what I don't know what that is. How do you even do that? Why would you do that? That's fake news. Old school trucking. You got your map, your log, your Marlboro Reds, and your spiral notebook. That's it, man. And you got it done. Now that's just beautiful. I think that's I like that a lot. And I think if I was a successful super trucker, I would want that as my view in the mornings when I fire it up. That's pretty awesome. All right, what else we got here? Okay, yeah, over the hood. That's nice. That's just a nice. I like the rivets. I could get used to that. I think I could drive staring at them rivets all day. I like that. What else we got? Oh, this is like, when you see that moment when you see her as the special category of perfection. There she is, taking care of the tire. So then you send her out for this one. No. Well, that sucks too, man. Let's see. That looks like hopefully not too far from home. What else we got here? Okay, that's going to be a claim. Yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah. He said there's a car. There's a Jeep Liberty under there. Oh my gosh. Wow. It doesn't look like it at all. And then, yeah, that looks like a deal. That, man, those look pretty new. That looks like a bummer. Oh, no way. They're working on a backhaul button? Do they have my other list? Trucker. Oh, well, then all is forgiven. Should have had a backhaul button by the 80s. Yeah, that. Now, here's my question. How did he get there? Did the fiberglass bend under? I don't get it. I don't get that. He didn't back up, did he? I don't get it, man. I don't know, man. That's like a magic trick. So I guess it was Walmart. Walmart in York, Nebraska, is putting out pallets to discourage truck parking, I guess. But yeah, I mean, you got to do something with all that space. May as well make sure truckers can't use it. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, thank you, Sean, for sending me this. And, you guys can send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. If you see stuff like this, you can get a year free of ELD with Truck Tracks when you subscribe to their ELD plan. So I guess you do a 2-year term contract and you get 1 year free. That's pretty cool. Now, I don't know anything about Trucks Tracks, but I mean, if you're looking for an ELD and, why not? I don't know. Does anybody have Trucks Tracks? Okay, and I think this is the last one we got. Okay, dear member. Oh, this is sad. Okay, so if you use 120, I guess you want to read this. We launched 120 Maps in 2017 as a way for drivers to get truck-safe navigation and route information like weather, parking, and fuel prices, all without spending an arm and a leg. We did it to offer drivers access to deals they were reserved for the big guys, and we think we did a pretty good job. However, starting on June 18, 2018, 120 Inc. will be ceasing operations. Despite our best efforts, we understand that this may be an inconvenience for many of you. Trust us, we wish this was not the truth, but sometimes you win and sometimes you take one on the nose. This time it's our turn. Your 120 Maps app will not continue to work as of June 18, 2018, and you may begin to see significantly decreased performance as early as next week. We won't be providing further updates to the app or offering any support to the app once we close our doors. Here are a couple other industry apps you might find useful: Copilot Truck Navigation, Trucker Path, and DriveWise. To be clear, we're only talking about the app provided by 120 Inc. Some third-party companies provide products and services under the 120 brand, and you'll need to talk to them about their future plans. We will miss you. Hope that you will all continue to support each other the way you always have. Who knows? Maybe we'll meet again down the road. Keep it rubber side down, the 120 team. So that is the 120 Maps product. So that is gone. And by the way, this picture, this is David Norris. First 10-car load out of Detroit. Probably the same year that the #1 load board was created, because those cars look a bit aged. Hey, what's up, the one and only? It only took you 2 hours to get here. No, I'm kidding, man. You know what's cool? One of the reasons I make a long show, there's probably a few, but auto transport is a crazy industry. I don't have to tell you that. There's a lot to talk about. I mean, these shows rarely go less than 90 minutes because there is a lot of stuff. And there's a lot happening. There's a lot to talk about. And interviews, it's hard to make those happen real quick. Rants, it's hard to keep me contained when I'm on a rant. And there is so much, there's so much information. And also, drivers are on the road that can't catch the whole show. Maybe they just leave it on the app, let it run while they're driving. Why not? And so I make long videos, and my live show is a long show. And I do have some shorter videos out there, not many, and I've got some shorter ones coming up that I'm going to make. But of course, I always want to thank you guys for coming week after week. Auto Transport Intel, actually, this is kind of cool. Auto Transport Intel, I've shown you, oh, not my site. I've shown you Social Blade. Socialblade.com is where you can get a live subscriber count. I think you guys have seen live subscriber counts before for other, if you guys are on YouTube a lot or, on other people's sites or whatever. But, we all look at subscriber counts. And luckily, I don't check it as constant as I used to. Those early days, man, you check it like every 5 minutes. But my live subscriber count is here. Let's take a look at it. And I'm getting close to 2,000. It seems like before next week, I will hit 2,000 before my next show, which is pretty cool. So subscribers aren't everything. Views are most of it. And actually having a core that I can connect with really is the main focus. And so I really appreciate you guys tuning in, joining me for the show, participating in the chat. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Let me know what I should talk about. If you've got a specific comment about a video, please comment below the video. That's really the best place to do that. But if you're welcome to send me an email. George sends me emails all the time, and I love it. So if you want to send me an email, send me an email. That's how I got James on the program. Was that how I got Paul on the program too? I can't remember. But yeah, I've got some great conversations going on email. So feel free to thank you, Gartho. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm ecstatic. This auto transport intel is not even 1 year old. My anniversary, it turns out, is the 4th of July. I didn't plan it that way. I launched my very first video on the 4th of July, and since then, so I guess I'm at 10 months. Um, I've got, I got a lot of videos. But I've got a background in video, and so, but it it does. Some days I don't feel like doing it. Meaning, I love the show, and I'm gonna keep doing it. But some days I just can't get motivated to shoot video, record audio, or keep up with Instagram or whatever. It's very interesting. But I'm definitely gonna keep this channel going. I'm gonna be here every Tuesday night, and so I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And thank you, Stan. I appreciate that. I really do. And it's fun for me to get to know. I see you guys coming in the chat every week and say hello, and then I get an email and I put a name with a face, and I like doing that. So if you've got something to share, you can hit me up on Facebook and friend me on Facebook. Let's be Facebook friends, and then you can join me during the show. And I mean it. It's cool. I like it a lot. I'm actually gonna be checking out an auto auction on Thursday, so maybe I'll have some information from that. But my goal next Tuesday is to wrap up dispatcher training part 3. So Jay, on future load board, here's what I gotta say: you get 100 car haulers to pledge $50, and Carshipia will deliver 8 out of 10 things you talked about by the end of this summer. Man, awesome! Yeah, see, and that's the thing is, thank you, Stan. When I say future auto load board, I am talking completely generically. And I'm doing that for many reasons. Again, auto transport industry is a strange industry where some folks don't like some things you say, and then other people get maybe sensitive about something, or I don't know. It's a crazy place. But I know this is that auto transport intel brings so much value today and every day. It's the kind of value I've literally had in store for a long time, and now I'm able to bring it to you guys every Tuesday night. So the dragon's been unleashed. It's a wonderful thing. This thing is happening, and I'm happy to be behind the wheel of the show and bring it to you. So I'm just going to keep doing it, man. So if you've got more stuff, how long depends on the resources you have and how committed you are. Amen. It does. You do. This is a commitment. And I know, and that's another thing. That's where I get some of the fuel for the show. I know drivers are committed to being car haulers. So I will match that. I will see that raise, and I will commit to being here every Tuesday night. I may miss a Tuesday night somewhere, but I don't have any plans to miss any. I hope not to miss any this year. And this is episode 34 in a row. And that does not, I'm the #1 car hauling YouTube channel right now. And I want to stay that way. It should stay that way. We need this. We really need somebody to help this ecosystem. And it's not just me. I'm the mouthpiece. I get the information and the inspiration from you guys. I'm the guy at the desk with the video camera. So together we are a community and an ecosystem, and that's why it works. So what is the X that makes you come back or leave? What is the X? So, ask yourself, what is the number you log into a load board and you see X loads or less? Oh, wow. Okay, right. Okay, you know what? It's a good question. Is that when I go to mixmix.com and I see I do a search and I see 3 or less, nah, it's bad. It's really bad. If I can see let's say it's Texas to Indiana, right? And I did that on Central, and I saw I did Texas, Kentucky. Oh, that's not the right search. But if I see 10 or less, I just feel like maybe it's not a strong route. But if I do like state to 3 states and see 10 or less, I'm assuming there's a load board problem. I think the X is more than one criteria, but it is. It is. That's the thing is, if future load board was like awesome in other ways, like if future load board remembered me and knew where I'd been and things like that, I wouldn't be upset if there was only one load because future load board knows me. It knows who I am and knows why I'm here. It treats me like a real customer. Man, you know what I'm talking about. Do you go to a restaurant where they treat you horribly, slap down a bowl and a spoon and run off? No, man, I'm out of here. Give a bad review and let's get this place shut down. Let's get the profit in here. Let's get back on Shark Tank and fix this thing. Right? So the whole notion that you can have this like crummy place that you are chained and a slave to go to, man, that's gotta end, dude. Has to end. It is. We think of effort it takes you to get a load. Yeah, it does. Or minutes to spend, money earned. I mean, I'm a broker and I pledge the first 50, dude. Yeah, dude. Oh, you're a broker, Gartho? You should come on the show. You know, I don't have enough brokers. I don't have enough broker interviewees on the show. So, Gartho, why don't you send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com, and let's talk, man. I'd like to get you on the show. Maybe I could get you on in June. So, and this is why, look, we're over 2 hours. And it's easy to go over 2 hours. Are my computers shutting off here? Are they shutting the lights off on me? It is. It's really easy to go over 2 hours. Probably, I'll bet you there's drivers just logging in. Well, I don't know if it's that popular yet. I mean, this isn't Larry King, but you know what I mean? Besides, it's like my mouth just rumbles. Once I start talking, it just keeps going. I'm a motor mouth. It's crazy. Not everyone uses a load board. That is correct. Not everyone uses a load board. In fact, I believe that, man, I've been giving Google a lot of advertising time here, like they need it. Um, the goal is, and I will go. I'm gonna go ahead and promote my auto transport 20 steps to car hauling blog post here. But literally, you want to get off the load boards. You do not want to eat off the load boards forever. The reason you don't is that, okay, so I went to if you go to Auto Transport Intel, you can go to 20 steps to car hauling, and on the back 10, I don't remember what step it is, but I suggest that within a couple years of starting your business, listen, step 13 right there, I said it. Sign up with Central Dispatch. It's right there. I mean, so, I take both. I'm a devil's advocate and the angel's advocate. I advocate angels and devils. All right, consider hiring a dispatcher. Okay, and number 20, step 20 of 20. You can't live off the load boards forever. They're too unpredictable. You can't. You can't build a solid business off of load boards because these are the leftovers. Okay? I'm not going to point at it. I'm not going back to it. It's the leftovers. It's the garbage bin. Can you eat out of a dumpster every day? Could you start a restaurant by digging in the dumpster for your ingredients every day? No, you couldn't. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. Okay, I think number of loads must be not as relevant. Otherwise, we would have tens of carriers sign up a week. Look for more loads. Yeah, I think if you have a better product and then you need good marketing. I would like to be a broker but don't know how. Oh, cool. So let's do that. Let's have Gartho come on the show. Excuse me. If you're a broker, come on the show, and then let's talk to the one and only who wants to be a broker. Now, I know it's dangerous. I mean, some of these interviews are a little, what's going to happen? I don't know. But it's important because I guarantee the one and only is not the only one interested in being a broker. I'll bet there's dozens of people out there that want to be brokers. In fact, I'm positive of it. Just like there are dozens of people that want to be new car haulers. And I don't give advice to being a broker, but currently I give advice on how to at least go through the steps of becoming a car hauler. If you want to be a broker, there's actually a lot of information about out there about being brokers, but that's just not my side of the knowledge. So, what else do we have here? I think that's it for now. I think that's all I've got to say. I mean, I gotta take a break. I gotta play some more Fortnite. Shippers equally dislike load board, one would think. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, and I talk about I let's see, the load board. The shippers equally dislike the load board, one would think. So the broker, it's interesting in the chain, car shipping customer, broker, load board, dispatcher, carrier, may not always like all parts of that chain, but they do serve necessary functions. The customer, if the customer goes straight to a carrier, the carrier may not be in their area. So it's not realistic all the time. So that shipper needs to go to a broker that works nationwide, and the load board is merely where the data exists. That's where the inventory, that's the warehouse. Now, you'd hope for a smarter warehouse, like Amazon is a really smart warehouse. It's so smart, it's putting other businesses out of business. So, it is possible. So, you've got the warehouse, and then the broker and the dispatcher should connect so that the data is easily transferred over so the driver, wherever he is on this weird scale, the driver can focus on driving. That's what the driver should be able to focus on. They got a million things for They got maintenance, they got DOT, ELD, repo lots. I mean, you got your locations, and they got to think about all the costs that go into this thing, and the licensing, and the drug programs. I mean, it is on and on. There's a million things to worry about. So that's why the dispatcher, and listen, dispatchers are not brokers. If you don't know the difference, that's fine. A broker helps a shipper get a load moved. A dispatcher helps a carrier stay loaded. Those are two different things. Okay, but if you want to call it dispatcher a broker and a broker a dispatcher, tomato, tomato, I get it, that's fine. But I'm just telling you there is a difference. But this whole chain, everybody serves a function. So that's the natural, that's the way it works. And that's why I'm not saying we cut anybody out. I'm not saying we, turn all the dispatchers into robots. I wouldn't say that. I think that's ridiculous. Anybody that would say that, I think, is delusional. But, you can turn some things into robots, but you're still going to need people to work with other people in a complex scenario of logistics. And if we ever do get to where it's all robots, well, man, there won't even be a show, and I won't be talking about it, and none of this will be. There won't even be a YouTube. It'll be Robot Tube. We'll all be robots. We'll all be sitting at home eating nachos. No, they won't even be nachos. They'll be robotchos. They'll be made of metal, and we'll all just be metal people. And none of this will matter. Brokering is overrated. I had a harder time learning to drive a truck. I think driving, broking, that's interesting. Actually, man, I really want to talk to you. You got to come on the show. So, listen, guys, I got to wrap this up. If there's not anything left, I'm telling you, I'm jonesing to play some Fortnite, and I don't know what else I got. Why am I checking my phone? I'm checking my phone because that's what we do. we all check our phone. When we're not sure what to do, check our phone. Go ahead and check the phone. So, Gartho, you got to send me an email. So, listen, guys, I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to start up the car hauler. It's been wonderful. It really has. And, what's neat, too? Each show exceeds my expectations. And that's why it's really, it's nice knowing that I'm going to just jump right in at 8 o'clock and do another show. So, I got a new shirt here. This is my first Auto Transport Intel shirt. I got the Auto Transport Intel hat. Okay, there it is. So you can see that. So, it's happening. And I got a logo. I just need to update my avatar. I like to wear my hats backwards. I always have, man. Forever, dude. I've been wearing my hats backwards forever. So believe me, this is nothing new. So if you like this stuff, let me know. If you want to be seeing more of it, let me know. Thank you so much, CB. I look forward to your Facebook message. And you guys send me an email. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, all that stuff. And I will see you next time on Auto Transport Intel. You guys take care. All right, peace. All right, let's get that car hauler. Is it starting? Okay, I think it's starting. Here we go. I'm out of here as soon as it comes up. All right. Bye.